I'm Jen Carlman with InLab News, and we are here at the Spigot Innovation Summit. I'm joined by Charlene Li. She was one of the keynotes on the second day here at the summit. So Charlene, first of all, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
I want to talk to you first, before we get into some of the things that you talked about today. Just give me an idea overall on your thoughts on innovation. That is really the forefront of this summit.
Well, I think innovation is the lifeblood of an organization. And the way innovation has always worked traditionally in the past was a small number of people could actually be involved in that process. And the talk I was talking about is how do you become more open as an organization? And how do you open up that innovation to not just more employees, in fact, your entire employee base, but also all of your customers? That can be very threatening for many companies because it's letting go of control. So what do they come up with bad ideas? How do I figure it out? What do they complain? All the things that could go wrong. But I think when it comes to innovation, you can't afford not to be more open about it. The pace and requirement for innovation now is so high that you got to go to all the sources that you can.
You also talked about some emerging technologies. So give me an idea from that side of things where the open communication, the open innovation kind of falls in.
Well, let's just take Facebook. So many people are using Facebook today. Well, people will go on there and engage in a dialogue with you. Oftentimes it's like, I wish you could do this. I wish you could do that. Well, you have a record of that now. You can put some analytics against that, pull that information down, and actually look at some of the trends. Well, what are people talking about? Can I get new ideas just from the conversations that people are having? The fact that people are sharing their ideas, what makes them happy, what makes them upset with you, is actually a tremendous gift that they're giving you. And most companies ignore it, and it's out there for them to take.
How do you use technology to help further kind of your mission with, again, that open innovation idea?
Well, I think with Spigot, for example, one of the things they do is they have that platform and it's ready-made. You can just say, I want to do this contest, I want to have an innovation hub. You don't have to think about it. So if you're new to this space and kind of uncertain about giving up that control, they kind of give you this nice formula, kind of step-by-step, and the structure more than anything else. The biggest reason why people are afraid about being open is they think it's just chaos. And I actually think you have to be absolutely disciplined. And so technologies that are platforms like Spigot allow you to not have to worry about all the nuts and bolts. And you can really focus on the relationship of innovation that you want to create.
Do you think some of the, maybe some of the way you can create that open communication is really almost a paradigm shift of changing the way business is done, changing the way people think?
It absolutely is. And if you think about just the innovation process, or who can be innovative, or is innovation a really big idea, or can it be that little bit of incremental tweaks? And the way I think about it is that if you can become closer to your customers by hearing what they're saying, and everyone in your organization can just get a little bit like 2% more focused on what the customer wants, that's a tremendous change. That's amplified throughout the entire organization just by making them more attuned to what people are saying. So then that sparks innovation. That may start saying, somebody could say, I have this customer who I just talked to, they don't like this way. What if we could do X? The key question becomes, how do you amplify that voice of that one person, an employee or a customer, through the points to where it actually becomes an innovation that is implemented?
So many of the people here at the conference are actually their own business leaders or CEOs of companies. So as the keynote, what do you really want people here to take away from your message?
I think more than anything else that you can focus on the technologies to the day the cows come home. It's the relationship that really matters. And so if you're trying to figure out what technologies to use, put that aside and really understand what is the kind of relationship you want to form. What kind of relationship do you have today, really? And it's probably a very transaction-oriented relationship. It's not a really deep one. It's not one that's intimate and loyal, one that's filled with passion. So how do you get to that point? And can you use technologies to help you do that? And I think that's the key question. What kind of relationship do you want?
And then once you form that relationship, using the technology to supplement it to then, again, drive such great ideas.
Yes, exactly. And the technology can just make it smooths the way, allows you to have new types of interactions that you really couldn't before.
Very exciting. Charlene, thanks so much.
Thank you.